video. I did remove blog from the top navigation. But if you notice here, this is my top menu, and the only thing it has on here is home. And here are all my categories. However, um, you don't use this to set that top menu with eVid. You use that thing I was showing you in the last video with the setting. I mean, not thing, the setting, um, navigation categories. And so there, in the previous video, that was checked and it had a blog in the top, but now it's not. And that's how you set your blogs. So your top navigation. Um, and I did display the home link. I'm not really sure what that means, but I think that was default. Swap the pages category nav for. Well, let's see what that says. By default, the theme displays the pages links in the top and the categories links in the bottom. There's a top and bottom navigation bar. Well, I did swap it, and that's why category shows up in my top menu. Oh, that's funny. And so you see why I'm making a video. I actually may use this theme for another website. And I don't want to have to go through this learning curve all over again. And I was looking through the forum and the support forum, and a lot of these questions people were asking over and over and over again. So that's why maybe they'll find this video on YouTube. Um, okay, now single post layout. I have, did I have the comments enabled? Oh well, you can put anything you want there. I think it just looks a lot better if you do have that. Yeah, I did have that enabled. Um, Not that I really expect people to be commenting, but with this particular theme, it does pull in comments from YouTube, so I guess it's a good thing. I don't want it to display a thumb on the post pages because we're going to do something else with that. I don't want it to display show comments on post page. I guess I have that. And I don't really use a thumbnail. That's the default. I didn't mess with that because I had other plans. Page layout, those are just basic business pages. I don't worry about that. That's contact, sitemap, etc., etc. And general settings. Oh, for the page. Oh, post info, single post. I guess I excluded the categories on that. I'm not sure the reasoning, but it works for me because I now have the blog where I want it. I did not use custom colors. I may later. I didn't really use any of these other things. The hang on, I gotta pause this for just. Okay, on this where I showed display thumb on post pages, I disabled that, and that is because this is the only one I've done so far. But just a second. I wanted to go to the actual post. Sorry, with the this recorder running at the same time, it just takes forever to load pages up. So anyway, um, showing that disabled thumb on post page, it was because if you enable that for my theme, there would be a thumbnail here and the writing off to the right and the video right below it, and it really was unnecessary. I felt so that thumbnail. I might as well get into how I have to edit this post to show you what I did to this. I'll close my Outlook because sometimes that pulls some power there too. Okay. Alright, so this is the settings. Featured always has to be set if you want it on the featured page, and I do. I only have one post, and so I'm going to build it up to 5, and then I'll see whether I want it featured or not. And then I have these other two things, categories that I feel it should belong in, although quite frankly, there's a lot about shoes, so I may add shoes there. These I don't mess too much with tags because it can get really out of control. This is from the ratings plugin. If you read your documentation, support docs, and read this, I'm not going to click it because it'll take forever. But it tells you to add two plugins, and one was related posts and one was the ratings. So you can get the names of those from there. And the ratings, I will reserve judgment on. I may delete it, but I may keep it. And so we'll ignore that for now. That's from the ratings plugin, and um, and I'm not really sure what to do with it. It says value 0. Um, but this is what you need. And when you first won't go to add a custom, and don't set featured image. So ignore this. You'll see a lot of advice, even for the Evid theme, to set featured image. But this is how you do it. You want to, and let's pretend that I didn't put these here and I'm just starting a post from scratch. You want to look for the thumbnail, and it's not there. Thumbnail, I think this is in alphabetical, and the last is the P's. So you're not going to find a thumbnail thing. So you're going to have to do enter new and just put thumbnail, and it works. And then you go back, you have to have a thumbnail. It says thumbnail, and by thumbnail usually you think a small image, but this is not. In this particular case, you have to make that 858 by 277. And I brought this up because this is a really convenient way of. I'll show you what this is. It's a program called Riot, and it really helps. It's so easy to change the size of things. I think my original image that I pulled in for this was 600 something, and I switched it to 800. And even then, I still had to crop off the width because the width of this. So anyway, this really helps for making bigger and making smaller. Usually, you want to make it smaller to optimize it for for optimal loading, so it doesn't. And but you can also make it bigger. So let me get off that subject. I'm rambling. um, and so that you grab you load it up to the media. You grab the URL from the media for this, and that's what you put there for your thumbnail, and that is what is going to show. I guess I should link when that loads. It's going to take a while. I'll show it to you, and then the same with the video. I'll cancel that because I don't need it. The same with the video. You're going to select, and there's not going to be a video option. So you enter new, type in video, and this is the embed code for your video. And I left it at 560 by 315. And oh, I'm sorry. And then after you do your thumbnail, and after you add, you hit add custom field. After you put in your video and the value, which is the embed code, you add custom field. And let me see if there's and this is the related posts plugin. this one right here that the documentation said to add. Excuse me, I need to cough. And this is so fantastic because it'll pull in related posts from all around. Now there's me from all around the world, um, or the internet, I should say. Um, and I apparently have that one already picked, so I could elect to remove it. I could elect to insert, and I chose to have 5 related posts, and that's in the settings for this related posts plugin. I just chose 5, and the reason I chose 5, if this thing ever loads here, is because it must be on the. Okay, I paused it, and it's still being a little slow. Because 5 images fit across here. I had 6, and it dropped down to the second row, and I didn't want that, so that's why I chose 5. And I'm gonna make another